All right, so this is the first video of Reed Walks and Talks. Obviously, I'm not walking. I literally just got this idea to start this channel like 20 minutes ago because I was posting something on Snapchat and I was just like, you know what? This is dumb. Nobody cares. I keep posting stuff to the same audience. That's not going to make a difference. So I made this. So we'll start with, we're going to go the Matt Walsh route and just do it on my phone. So we'll start with who am I? I'm Reed. I'm a tradesman in my 20s, and I don't like the direction that this country is going. I am a conservative, and so how did I become conservative? Well, I grew up in public education, which I took for granted a lot of the stuff that was being taught as, fact. And I moved forward with that. And after high school, I was pretty center of the road, or at least I thought I did, morally and valuistically. I was not very center of the road, but ideologically, like I didn't want confrontation. I didn't want to be political. But as I've gotten older, I've seen there's an actual need to be political because you can no longer just be center of the road. So with that, we'll just dive right in. What's on my mind? Well, first, the things I wrote down. So I have the question here: is education in America dead? No, I don't think education in America is dead. There are still good teachers out there. I firmly believe in the saying, when the student is ready, the teacher is revealed. I just think a lot of people are not ready to be free thinkers. A lot of people are not ready to detach themselves from institutional norms that have been around for a while. And so because of that, education seems very bleak. It doesn't seem like it's giving people the tools they need to be able to do the things that they need to do to be a successful, functioning human being and a piece of society, a part of society, a functional part of society, a productive part of society. We'll take, for instance, so I have the question, was it ever pragmatic to begin with? I don't think it was pragmatic to begin with. When I was in public schools, I had an accounting class. And within my accounting class, they had a 1-week financial literacy course where basically our teacher was like, make sure you invest, like do it. And I was like, okay, all right. Never taught people what a stock option was. Never taught people about what buying on margin was. And so you see like our current situation with the stock market and the Federal Reserve kind of interest rates and all that stuff, and people are going to start buying on margins now. You see a lot of people my age are trying to invest because they think there's going to be this big stock boom, but I don't think it's going to be what a lot of people are thinking and trying to sell that it's going to be. I truly believe that we're headed into a recession, and I truly believe that the stock market is not an actual valuistic representation of the current United States economy. I don't think that it is. And it's because they don't teach kids the skills they actually need to use in life. They'll have you go take all these electives or whatever, but they don't teach you how to manage money. They don't teach you about investing. How does the stock market work? None of that stuff. And we're behind on the ball with that stuff. And we have cryptocurrency is third on my list here. We have cryptocurrency coming into the fold, and we're so behind on teaching kids how money works and everything. Yes, our education is not pragmatic. There's no way that it's pragmatic. Kids are leaving high school and they have no idea what they're doing in life. A lot of them don't even have a plan. When my dad was growing up, they would teach you trades in high school if you wanted to learn trades. They barely did any of that when I was in high school. Barely did any of that. All of it was geared towards kids going to college. Like even the stuff they would teach you in shop class was trying to push you to go to college to further learn the small little skills that they picked out to teach you so that you could go be a project manager, you could go be a structural engineer or something like that. But at the end of the day, they didn't teach kids how to do basic stuff like HVAC, electrician work, none of that stuff. It was all CAD, stuff you need to go to college for. And none of that makes any sense to me. Like, they don't teach you basic life skills. And I think that is just a disservice to young people in our country. It is such a disservice to young people in our country that our education system is used more for indoctrination than it is for actually educating the people who are going to school, trying to learn something. Maybe some of them aren't. I never was. I was a pothead in high school. So I didn't want to learn anything. I just wanted to play sports, do all that. That's fine. Like I said, when the student is ready, the teacher is revealed. I wasn't ready, so the teacher wasn't revealed. Now that I'm older, I look back on it all, and there's a lot of stuff I would have been interested in school had they taught it. Financial literacy probably would have been one of them. You see what they're doing with physical education. Physical education was meant to keep people in physical good shape, and now we're just teaching kids how to play games. And if you don't want to give your effort, then that's fine, little Johnny. You can go sit in the corner and just not give very much effort, and PE is a wash for you, and when you grow up, you'll be fucking fat. And that's whatever, we'll move on from that topic, because education, I could go on and I could dive deep into it. But you guys, if you're going to watch this channel a lot, you will probably already agree with me that the education system in the United States is broken. More people need to be looking into trades and just different skilled jobs that, there's plenty of ways to make money. Pressure washing is a great way to make money. A pressure washer, you go get a job, save up, buy a pressure washer, advertise your services, go out and do it. Why don't they teach kids how to actually build a business? None of that stuff makes any sense to me. There weren't any business classes when I was in high school. It was all just, go to college and then learn something, and then get a job, and then make money off of your job, and buy a house, and all this stuff. And it just doesn't make any sense to me why we're teaching kids just indoctrinating principles and nothing that they can take and use in life. It just doesn't make any sense. Third on my list is cryptocurrency. So I put that on there because I see in conservative circles a lot of people really are just turned off by the whole cryptocurrency thing. And just one thing I'm going to say that destroys that argument on its face is most of those people probably use a debit card, okay? And their big argument for cryptocurrency is if all these servers go down, then your crypto is a wash. Okay, great. But your money, you think the bank has a safe with your name on it at the bank with money in that account? You're wrong. They keep a certain amount of money every single day that they give out to people when they decide to make a withdrawal or whatever the fuck. But at the end of the day, none of those people, literally none of those people, have a safe at that bank with money in it. It's all digital. It's already cryptocurrency. So that argument on its face just doesn't make any sense. Cryptocurrency, I think, is going to be one of the greatest liberating things for that ever happened to freedom, because it decentralizes currency and it separates the individual from the government. If you decide to trade in cryptocurrency, if the world decides to trade in cryptocurrency and the government can't control that, as long as crypto is decentralized entirely to the point where it can't be manipulated, then it's a system that offers true freedom from the government. Because the only think about the United States government, the only reason they can get up in your business is because everything you do revolves around the United States dollar. Okay? If you are to separate away from that, then they can't, they might be able to tax your crypto or whatever, but if the entire system runs on crypto and they start messing with it, it'll just collapse the system. And as a country, you can't, at least I hope, you don't want to collapse yourself even if you're in power, because if you collapse the entire country when you're in power, then really what are you doing? Because you're going to have all these things that you enjoy, all of them are going to go away because you've collapsed your country. So there's just no point in doing that. I think decentralized currency is one of the greatest things that has happened to the financial world. And people are slow to adopt it, but and a lot of times people will argue that it's not going to be successful. Bitcoin is up 13,000% since its inception. Like, that's, if you just think about that, if you were to put $1 in when it started, you would have 13 grand. If you were to put $100,000 in, the amount of money that you would have would be astronomically ridiculous. When I was a senior in high school, Bitcoin was like just starting to cross the 10K mark. I remember when I bought my first Bitcoin, I think it was worth like 7 grand at the time. And it's worth like almost 70 grand now. It has crossed the 70 grand mark multiple times. So you look at that as a 1,000% return on investment. If you were to put 7 grand in back then, you would have $70,000 off of 7 grand today. And there's, if you were to put $700 in back then, you would have 7 grand as your return on investment in United States dollars, okay? Which Bitcoin is a non-inflationary currency. The United States dollar is an inflationary currency. So it's also similar to gold, kind of in the way that it hedges against inflation. But I'm not saying that crypto is gold. Crypto is absolutely not gold. Precious metals are superior to any form of inflation curbing that you could imagine. They really are. We are going to move away from crypto. That I just wanted to bring that up in the first video because this is going to be a conservative channel. I'm a conservative person. I don't believe in all this liberalism. I don't believe in all this hogwash. I think humans have done things more or less similarly for thousands of years. And to change that up just on a dime doesn't make any sense to me, and it's obviously causing a lot of issues if you have half a brain. So we're going to move away from cryptocurrency, and that'll drive us into the last topic. Should conservatives take a different approach? I will keep this short and sweet. Yes, I think we fail to support movements. Obviously, you see things like Turning Point America. You see like how many people show up to Trump rallies. Okay, but what do you do after you show up to your Turning Point America event on campus? Do you continue to go out, or did you just show up to that one thing? What do you do after your Trump rally? Do you continue to go out and speak, or do you just go back to work? I think conservatives we show up to the one thing that somebody else organized, but we never want to get our hands dirty and organize something ourselves. We never want to make a YouTube channel and go out and potentially make ourselves look dumb, potentially open ourselves up to criticism. Nobody wants to do that. I don't see anybody taking a stand, yet everybody says we need to take a stand. I see it all the time in conservative blog centers. People say, oh, we need to take a stand. Oh, we need to do this. Oh, we need to do that. And then nobody ever does it. So yes, we need to change our approach. You can't just beat people with logic. You have to beat people with action too. That's why the Second Amendment exists. All right. That will conclude this video. Normally I'll be walking my dog when I make these videos, and it'll just be whatever's been on my mind, and then I'll just post it and we'll see where it goes. You can like, you can comment, you can subscribe, you can do whatever you want. I don't care. It's a free country. I truly believe in not caring what other people do, other than the fact that I do obviously care a lot about what other people do. But you know what? On a day-to-day basis, go do what you want, man. Who cares? Life's great. Read Walks and Talks.